Welcome to Off Label, the podcast that delves into the minds behind the most innovative events and solutions in the pharmaceutical industry. Today, we're thrilled to spotlight an upcoming conference that's generating a whopping amount of buzz on mymedicalaffairs.com. And the name of this event is Adventures in Pharma 2025. Scheduled for July 1 at the Brewery in London, one of my favourite places, this dynamic one-day event focuses on the transformative role of artificial intelligence in pharma communications. Now, joining us today is Ellie Thomas, one of the visionaries behind Adventures in Pharma, here to share why this is a must-attend event and why you should go. So, without any further ado, let's dive in. Ellie, welcome. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Steve. Nice to see you.
Yeah, look, really excited about this one for my own reasons, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's your job to tell us. So let's just dive into a couple of questions. Looking at the website, Adventures in Pharma 2025 is described as a dynamic one-day adventure into AI's role in pharma. So just love the description. So it sounds inspirational. So I'm interested to know what inspired you to create this event and what can attendees expect from the journey?
Oh, that is a big question. I'm very glad you asked that. I'll try and explain it in a nutshell. So what we wanted to do with this conference is give people an escape from the avalanche of theory about artificial intelligence that's out there at the moment and give attendees some really practical tips and guidance for how they can integrate AI into their day-to-day activities. So as well as some keynote presentations overviewing what AI looks like today and of course in the future as well, there's going to be lots of hands-on sessions that give our attendees the chance to explore the application of AI to their own real-world challenges.
Sounds really relevant because you know everybody now is well familiar with AI. Everyone's testing it, everyone's trying to use it, but not everyone's entirely sure what the best application is for the best use case and so forth. I mean, it's as we're saying, it's a buzzword, AI, and for very good reason, and AI in healthcare in particular. So there's a bunch of events, industry events for that matter, talking about AI in healthcare at the moment. So what's going to set Adventures in Pharma apart, and how do you ensure this isn't just another industry event?
Yeah, of course. It's really what I mentioned before. It's going to be that escape from the endless theory and sometimes nonsense that is being posted on LinkedIn at the moment. Our focus is really more on that practical application and real world examples of how you can integrate AI into your day-to-day activities. We're also hoping it's going to be a lot of fun too. We want to make sure that people attending actually enjoy themselves, and if nothing else, like feel that they've met some really cool people and are coming away thinking like that was a really interesting day and I've got so much to share with my peers now I've been to Adventures in Pharma. So we're building in some fun stuff in the meeting too, just to make that networking part happen too.
I was going to say, I've had a little bit of a look at the agenda, and fun and energizing and engaging are words that pop to my mind. There's sessions that are titled things such as Liftoff and Uncharted Territory, which just makes my mind wonder where that could go. So could you perhaps highlight some of the key sessions, and in particular maybe some of the speakers? I know they're all wonderful, but maybe some of the speakers that you're particularly excited about.
They are all wonderful. I'll start with the sessions first of all. It is a great agenda. We're covering a lot of ground in that one day. I think I'm particularly looking forward to the case study session. So for me, the moment that the use of AI really clicked was when I could see those real world examples for how it had been used. So making Congress coverage more efficient, for example, or creating an AI avatar for teams that were struggling with internal bandwidth. I love hearing about those kind of case studies because I think it can be quite hard to move from theory to reality. So anywhere you can get that inspiration for how you can use AI in your real life work, I think is a great place to start.
Absolutely.
In terms of the speakers, what I really like about our speaker lineup is that it's so varied. So we have speakers with experience from lots of different industries. We've got people coming from Google, OpenAI, BT, Moonpig. We have lots of pharma professionals from big and small pharma companies too, who are going to bring their own kind of experience of using AI. We've got people representing the HCP and patient perspective. We have consultants who've been working in the area for years and know far more than me. So it's that mix of perspectives that I love it when you get that in a room. I think it's going to be pretty magical.
I do as well, and I couldn't agree more. It's really refreshing sometimes to get some outside perspectives on anything, whether it be marketing or whatnot, but particularly in AI. Obviously, a lot of industries move a little bit faster than ours. We're notoriously slow in some conferences,
Yeah,
but being
100%.
able to get some insights as to what's going on in other industries may help us arrive where we need to be in a couple of years' time with a little bit of guidance. Really applaud that initiative to have the outside thinking going on. I was also interested to see there's the workshop hackathon. Sounds really intriguing. How will this interactive session engage your participants, and what sort of outcomes are you hoping to achieve with?
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that in addition to the usual kind of plenary presentations, we also had some opportunity for people to break out into smaller groups and discuss their own kind of day-to-day challenges depending on where they were working in. We know that people are going to be coming with their own ideas for how they can start integrating AI into their daily work, and some people might be more interested in learning and development, some people might be more interested in omnichannel, some people might just want to know how they can use ChatGPT to make writing emails more efficient. So we're appreciating that there's going to be a spectrum of people attending the conference. We wanted to make sure that we had a session that catered for people coming from different areas of healthcare communication. So yeah, in that session, we're going to break out into smaller groups. Each one is going to be facilitated by one of our amazing speakers, and people are going to have a chance to think about how they can apply the learnings that they will take away from the first half of the meeting into their own day-to-day business challenges.
Excellent. The speakers, essentially their speaking roles, are also going to facilitate the workshops as well.
That's right, exactly. We've got people playing multiple roles in the agenda. Yeah, just because we've got such an amazing lineup, we wanted to make sure that we were maximising all those people as much as we could throughout the day.
Why not? So you just mentioned the spectrum of various users in terms of their knowledge and applications and things like that. But let's talk about that target audience. Now, who should be marking their calendars for July 1? Is this event geared towards a specific group within the pharma and healthcare sectors, or is it just broad across the entire industry?
It's a really good question. I would say it's for anyone with an interest in healthcare communications who wants to find out how to do things a little bit differently. So 100% don't need to be an expert in AI. We're hoping for, as I say, a broad spectrum of people who haven't used it at all to people who are quite confident using it already. I'd also love it if we could get some AI skeptics in the room as well. I think that detractor perspective is really interesting, just to have people who can play a little bit of a devil's advocate. Some of the things we'll be discussing. Yeah, it really is for anyone that works in pharma or healthcare and wants to find out how AI could make their projects more efficient, more valuable, and more innovative and interesting as well.
Wonderful. Well, sounds pretty intriguing to me, and I'm sure that many of the people listening will find it as well. But we've spoken about the conference now. We just now want to get a little bit of a personal insight from you and the Camino Communications team with regards to the topic, if that's okay. So looking beyond the conference, like just from your perspective with Camino and yourself, how do you envision the integration of AI transforming the industry in the next 5 years?
It's inescapable, isn't it? And we've noticed that our clients are at all ends of the spectrum in the way that they are thinking about AI at the moment. Some of them are really embracing it with open arms and realizing its potential to make the way that they work more interesting and more painless. Others are really at early stages. I think there's lots of concerns at the moment about kind of compliance and responsible use of AI, which is completely fair.
It's something you open the door a little bit, and a whole range of opportunities can present itself. You've just got to be open to trying and exploring, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I've got to say, honestly, I was the same to begin with. Like a couple of years ago, if you'd said that AI could be used for all the things that we're kind of using it for at the moment, I would have said absolutely no way. Like that's impossible. But you just have to try it and see. And I think that's the most important thing with AI. You just have to give it a go and see what works for you and what doesn't, and not be afraid of what it has to offer.
That's the take home for me. Give it a go. Okay, well, we've heard some remarkable things about this, what appears to be a remarkable event. And I'm sure anybody with a cavalier and go-get-'em attitude with regards to AI will take a tremendous amount of value from attending this one-day event on the 1st of July at the London Brewery. Ellie, thanks so much for your time. Wishing you the absolute best for the event, and the rest of the crew. Really commend you for pulling it together. And I'm sure the delegates who attend will take an enormous amount of value out of it. So well done, and thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much. Hope to see you there as well, Steve. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Cheers.